Thank you very much for being with us. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy flew to Greece this Monday for talks with the country's leadership and to attend an informal meeting of Balkan leaders with top European Union officials. This comes hot after Denmark and the Netherlands agreed to send F-16 fighters to Kyiv as part of a reported 42-plane haul. Greece is offering fighter pilot training. Let's listen to Volodymyr Zelenskyy speaking earlier.
Russian evil strikes with pain and death at Ukrainian cities and villages, but they openly say that Ukraine is not enough. Later, after our country, they want to carry this suffering further to Europe and to the world. And I'm sure you hear it from Moscow. All of Russia's neighbors are under threat if Ukraine does not prevail.
Let's get the analysis and go straight to Kyiv, where Peter Zalmayev is waiting for us live. Peter Zalmayev is director of the Eurasian Democracy Initiative. Peter, good evening to you, sir. How important is this announcement of F-16 fighter jets for Ukraine?
Well, above all, I think it has its incredible symbolic importance, considering that it, by all accounts, will not be until well into 2024, even beyond that they will actually be, used on the battlefield in Ukrainian skies. So very well after this current counteroffensive. But this is something that's, like I said, a huge symbolic importance. Ukrainians have been waiting for it. They've been shrugging their shoulders, not understanding why the West, specifically the White House, has procrastinated on this decision. What has kept them from making this decision? Finally, it's been made. Ukraine is still counting on those long-range attacking missiles, but that's another thing. And already the Russian side has, reacted to this as we expected. They're warning of a dangerous escalation, which is showing that their feathers have been ruffled. I mean, they do understand that this is, even though it's not a new machine, F-16, it is still far superior to anything the Russians have in their arsenal.
Peter, you and I first spoke shortly after the invasion was launched last year. Every time we speak, I think we cover the same issues because the same issues remain. This idea of how the West, the Allies, can best help Ukraine. What will Volodymyr Zelenskyy's message be when he sat there with Ursula von der Leyen, Charles Michel of the EU, the Greek Prime Minister, various heads of state there? What will his message be, do you think?
Well, the message is, this is, once again, an existential struggle, not just for Ukraine and for Ukraine's territory, for its continued existence as an independent state. It is a struggle for the West's soul, for the soul of a liberal democracy, for the West to have gone so far out on the limb defending Ukraine, something no one expected 2 years ago, and to have backtracked in the in the face of the Russian onslaught. This would be tantamount to a capitulation. It would do significant damage to the West and its credibility for years to come. And I think that is the message that Zelenskyy is trying and has been delivering, I think, quite successfully to our colleagues, our partners in the West, Rammstein coalition.
There are some who say the counteroffensive is going slowly, Peter. What's the perspective where you are? What do people on all levels of society in Ukraine, how do they see the situation?
Well, I was just seeing some friends on the streets of Kyiv. They came back reinvigorated. They were just outside of Bakhmut. They said that, progress is being made. It is slow. We still have the initiative. But to be honest as well, I have to say that the losses have been quite staggering on both sides. Ukraine is the attacking side. Normally, the attacking side loses more than the defending side. In this situation, I think that's at least parity. The Russians may still be losing more, but nevertheless, the losses are staggering. I know some, and I know more and more every day. More and more of my acquaintances and even friends have lost their lives to this, and this number is growing. This is, as you know, the bloodiest conflict since World War II. And, I don't think there's anyone in Ukraine now who has not lost a loved one, a relative, a friend.
Do take care of that. Peter Zalmayev, the director of the Eurasian Democracy Initiative, joining us live from Kyiv. Thank you, sir, very much indeed.